As well as the House Permanent Select Intelligence Committee. And he joins us now with that breaking news of the 4 GOP members, including Lawler and others. Talk to us about your reaction to that, the petition siding with Democrats on this, and perhaps eventually extending these subsidies of the Affordable Care Act.
Well, what's interesting is those members that were here 2 years ago when we voted against the COVID-era extension to these Obamacare tax credits, they all voted no. And suddenly, 2 years later, the Democrats make this an issue. They're saying that health care is broken. Well, they created government health care through the ObamaCare Act that we all Republicans said was horrible for the American people. And yet here we are, where now the Democrats started the fire and are coming with the fire extinguishers and saying, oh, we created Obamacare, but health care is a disaster, so we need to extend Obamacare at a cost of billions of dollars to the taxpayers. Only 7% of the population in the United States are even on the ACA tax credits that utilize those. So why are we going to make all these huge changes that would increase the taxpayer rolls on a program that doesn't work? The health care subsidies and the premiums have increased by 55% since that period of time. So obviously Obamacare doesn't work. Why would we extend that? The political reality is you now have 4 Republicans that sign on to this discharge, but the Senate has made very clear where their position is on this. And so the bill may pass the House when it comes up for a vote because of the discharge, but it's not going to pass the Senate.
Right. And we just spoke with Senator Husted. He seems to be somewhat in line of extending the subsidies, but only if there's some sort of reform to Obamacare. But can I just get back to the 4 members that changed, that flipped? Because even you pointed out the timing of it. I mean, it's so on the positioning of voting for this, or rather coming forward to side with Democrats. They weren't there before. Can you let us behind the curtain? What do you think happened there with these 4 Congress members?
Well, they're frustrated with the Speaker because they were trying to work on something the last couple of weeks to bring some type of ACA renewal before the chamber for a vote. The problem with that is conservatives like myself view that is not good policy. Why would we let some policy like that pass the House when every Republican that was here 2 years ago voted against those COVID-era those extensions on Obamacare? So you've got 4 members that are just frustrated with the Speaker, who then go down and side with the Democrats on a 3-year extension. What they were originally wanting was a 1-year extension, and then, like what the senator before me was saying, with some reforms as to income levels and some things to ensure that there's not fraud in the system, that people can pay for it aren't getting subsidized, and all those type of reforms that need to occur. But now all of a sudden, because they're upset with the Speaker, they're going to side with Democrats and extend it for 3 years with no reforms whatsoever on the income levels.
So you think, really quickly, just close this out with you, but this decision by these 4 lawmakers is based on emotion, not necessarily the constituency?
Well, I think what they would say is we're in tough swing districts and the people in our district support this, but only 7% of the American people are on Obamacare, on the ACA tax credits. So in a district like mine, it's probably even smaller than that because I have a very large elderly population and most of my constituents are on Medicare. So you're talking about 7% of your electorate, most of whom are the Democrats are the ones clamoring to extend this. Why would you give up this 1-year reform that you were wanting to join with the Democrats to extend it for 3 years without any reforms?
All right, we'll leave it right there. Congressman Greg Steube, thank you so much. Always great to see you. We do appreciate that.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
Anytime.